Yeah. And good morning, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm not going to make too much drama. I think everybody knows this guy. He's one of the best riders, and I have the pleasure to go to the best event of my life. I was talking with him again in private, and that he organized. I think everybody knows this event is It's Electric in France, 2019, and I'm very proud that he came here again for us to speak with him as a rider. Cédric, thank you for coming.
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for having me with you, Nelson.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a very nice interview, not so stressy and everything. My son is here. He's going to, and first of all, my friend, let's talk a little more. Just how many years have you of making sports? Because you do lots of sports. I think lots of persons don't know how many sports do you make, but in your back, everybody can see it.
I think for skateboarding, I started when I was around 5 years old, so back in 1984, more or less. So this is for street skating. For kiteboarding, around 12 years, more or less. And then you have, of course, snowboarding as well, probably 15 years. So, but I mean, I try to ride everything. So I try every new thing like wing foil and all these kind of disciplines. I just try to go for. The good thing is that they have a lot of things in common.
We lose the connection. He's going to come. Hey guys, thank you for coming. He's going to come back again. I think he touched a button. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. We are going to try to make, like always now, the interview is about 1 hour. Leave your questions and we're going to try to answer. That is going to be the last interview, the 145 interview. We're going to come back in end of September, and with a different type of interviews, but we're going to be in 10 of July in Amsterdam, in Eindemo. We're going to make live interviews there. I think if you have the chance, go to Amsterdam and support everybody. Then I'm going to be in 17 to 19 in electro games in France. I think that I recommend for everybody to go there. And I think 15 to 17 of August, maybe if it's open and is not a problem with the vaccines in and with this Delta virus, I'm going to go to UK to the event from the twin brothers. They're going to make this off-road. We're going to make this off-road event, and they're going to make it. And I think it's going to be fantastic. If you have the chance, go to UK. Yeah, they are doing an amazing job. That is very good. Yeah, definitely we have to support the guys in Amsterdam. Yes, Igna, that is very important. I don't know what happened to Cédric. We're going to see. And we're going to wait a little more because maybe he has a problem of connection. But for everybody's out there, I'm just going to show you something. If you don't know, that is Instagram. I'm going to leave the link. That is Facebook. Is Facebook is a YouTube channel. Then we're going to talk a little more maybe about the event of 2019, and we hope that next year is going to happen. The plan is to be happening, and you're going to give us the date. And I think you just have to wait and let him see. Look at this guy, what he do with his board with 2 wheels, not with 4, because the other ones, this guy is fantastic. That is that is just perfection. I don't if you have the chance, go to his in YouTube, in Instagram. I think he's very active in Instagram and in his YouTube channel. And you don't have you have to think that he's using this midline camera in one hand and the controller in the other hand. Yes. Manuel Monday. Yeah. For everybody's out there, of course, guys, I just want to say there's lots of events out there. You have to go to Facebook. I'm going to leave all the links. I'm not going to be in all of them. I hope in September I'm going to be in a carve event. But UK is this problem with yeah, is coming. Right me now is coming. There's going to be the car event in September. I think it's going to be 3 days or 2 days. If you have the chance, and if this COVID-19 is away, for sure I'm going to go there and support the guys. I think they need it. There you are, my friend. You come back.
Yeah, let's reboot the laptop. Sorry for
that. No problem. I was explaining a little more about you and showing some videos from you. I was showing a little of your magic with the 2 wheels, not with 4. You leave the other 4s, you can leave it in your home. Cédric, first of all, now that we are showing the videos, you have a background of skating. Is not so difficult for you, but when you started to train with the motors, how long that take for you to this practice and to come to this point? I think he's blocked again. Hello. Yeah, I think he has a problem with his laptop. We'll see what is going to happen. I just want to say for all of you guys, go to and support your groups and be more to help the communities. I just want to say something. Because I'm going to make a kart event here in Germany. Maybe it's going to be in the 1st of August. It's going to be a complete day. Just a fun. I'm just seeing the best place, and if you are out there, you can come. That is going to be for everybody around close to Germany, because let me see if he's here or not. Yes, he's back.
My internet connection dropped, so now we should be okay. Sorry for that. Huh?
Yes, that's good. No
problem,
my friend. Yeah. My question was, I was asking you, my friend, you have a background of skating, but how many time did it take for you to start to do these things with the 2 wheels with motors? How many training?
In fact, it's not that hard. It's not that hard because basically what we call on the 2 wheels we call that a manual or a wheeling. Okay. So on a skateboard, I can do that really easy. It's just, I mean, anyone can do. It's not difficult. It's just a matter of practice. Okay.
You are very nice.
You can do it.
You are very nice. It's not difficult.
It's not. What is difficult, in fact, here is the electric components.
Okay.
because in fact you need to keep the throttle engaged, okay, and to balance it,
Mm-hmm.
plus at the very same time film yourself. So in fact, what you see on the video
Mm-hmm.
is the trick is not hard. What is hard is to combine everything to make a 1 minute line on a spot. So as an example, the video that you've shown, the spot is the Inception Bridge.
Yeah.
So what is very tricky is that the ground is very, very bumpy. So which means that when you bring electrics to the game, when you roll, you accelerate, the throttle is accelerating as well, you see? And it's very hard to keep the balance. But I mean, it's not so much a difficult stuff. For nose wheeling, this is what you see. So nose wheeling
Mm-hmm.
is on the front wheels. It's a bit harder because the balance is not the same. Because when you do nose manuals, nose wheeling, you need to keep in mind that you have the camera, the pole like that. So every fall like this one could damage basically the camera. So, but it's cool. I mean, it's something which bring probably more skating to his skate.
And
Uh,
but Cedric, how many kilos is your board? This one,
7.
7
So
kilos.
hybrid, it's 7 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7 kilo. It's a board. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
you have literally no drag, which is important because this is what is cool. And so obviously, hub, it's not really cool to ride hubs if you ride on the rough
Mm-hmm.
pavement and so on. But for street skating, basically, it's ideal. Just keep in mind that the people that do street skating, when they ride, the durometer of the wheels is 96 shore, 96A shore. So it's really, really, really rigid. You see. So this one was in Arcachon. So basically, you will come so close. This was Biscarrosse, very close to Arcachon. So you will go there for the electric games. The spot is very cool.
It's close to the electro games.
Yes, it's 25 minutes from the e-games, electric games.
That is perfect, then.
So this is the road, I mean, between Arcachon and Biscarrosse. It's really cool. Really, really cool.
You guys are very lucky. In France, we have everything, guys. You have places to do all the sports.
Mhm. Yeah, in fact, it really depends because most of the time there are a lot of places that you can ride. You just need to explore to find areas where you can do your things and enjoy. You see.
For you today, Cedric, you tried most of the sports and everything. For you today, uh, what is the sport that you like more in a moment to do?
It's a tough question because, as I told you, in fact, I try to ride everything, So when I go in holidays, I pick the one wheel for sure. It's super cool. You go. I
That
mean,
is like a tank.
barefoot, yes, and so on. So one
You
wheel is
can.
super cool. The pint, really cool. You can bring your kid between your feet and so on. So super cool. Then, of course, I
Ooh.
always take the street board, so the your face that you see, like the Boston one,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I always try to get some cool videos with it. Um,
Hello there, hello
Snowboard is
friends.
actually pretty cool. It's a freeboard with motors. It's pretty cool. So basically, I think everything is good. You know, everything is
Do
good to ride.
you usually? I see that in Paris there is lots of freestyle of longboards.
Mm.
You are a person who like that style of freestyle with the longboards.
Yes, definitely.
I see you in the back. You have lots of longboards decks.
Yes, definitely. But I mean, definitely. I'm coming from the push area. So basically, for me, a longboard, a skateboard is not electric powered, basically. So for me, when you bring electrics to a skateboard, a longboard, it's no more longboarding or skateboarding. For me, skateboarding, longboarding is about pushing, basically. It's just another way to enjoy, to ride. That's why you see it's the your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's an electric board, but I just enjoy to push with it because it's
Is the
fun.
less push?
Yes, but I think what's cool is that it depends on what you are trying
Achieve.
to achieve. What do you like?
Mm-hmm.
So I think for that, when you do manuals and this kind of tricks, you need to have a good board control. And if you
Yeah.
are just, on the board and you are just accelerating like it's good, and I mean, I think you are having a lot of fun because you are carving, you are, getting some speed, acceleration, and so on, but you are not pushing. And if you don't push, I think you lose one of the main interests of skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is how you get the board control.
That's
So
why I came to this question, my friend. You as a rider, you as a background of skating, longboarding, don't you think for the guys out there riding today the electro skateboards, the longboards, electro longboards, that will not be very important for them to start with the board pushing, that they can learn the basics of riding?
I don't know. I mean, it really depends
Oh,
because
that was good. I did
yeah,
that. That was one was good. Huh? Was close, huh, Cedric?
yes, that was completely improvised. Because when I do the videos, I usually go for only two, max three attempts.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I mean, you are losing the creativity. You are mainly because you need to get when you film something. There is always a guy, something which is happening. By the way, we were riding with X stuff, so that person so is a friend of mine, and basically we say, okay, let's get one line, and we move from A to B, and we just film ourselves. So
What is
everything
that?
that
Is this board with you? Is it the Fusion?
which one?
The board, the guy is with you now.
So
He's
it's a Kelly.
riding a Fusion.
It's a Kelly. No, it's a Kelly.
A Kelly. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Kelly. Yeah. So, but to your point, I think if you do street skating or even motorsport,
Mm-hmm.
the question is, if you fall, I believe you will be more successful in handling correctly the failure. You see,
Yeah.
because you will fall. It's not if, it's just when you will definitely fall, and the difference will be made on your experience on motorsports, bikes, whatever. So I think the good thing about electric skateboarding is that it still looks like a skateboard. Of course, we may see the Lacroix is not definitely a skateboard. I mean, you cannot really push a Lacroix. I mean, there is not even interest to do so. But I think it's still a board, and it's still riding. And I think that most of the people that go into e-skate will at some point go into other discipline, not because they like it or so, because e-skate is becoming much and more about diversity. So it's highly likely that when you go to a group ride, whatever you call it,
Mm-hmm.
Evolve or other group rides, you will meet someone with a one wheel. And you know what? You will try it. That is the same. You will meet someone with a Bustin or with an Evolve or with whatever. And at the end of the day, or even with a bike, and then you will try it, and either you will enjoy, you will buy it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of how you learn as well when you meet people, and because you are as well building your own experience above the experience of others. So I don't think doing longboarding is a prerequisite to e-skate, but still, it helps if you fall, basically. Board control is something that is a matter of practice and riding and riding. you know. But there are people that never ever did longboard, you know, that bought an Evolve, just as an example,
Mm-hmm.
and that are very, very good riders, you know, because at the end of the day, they are carving, they are, you know.
Yeah, but I'm talking about me, my friend. I think the way you fall with the skate or with a longboard, you learn how to fall. I see most of the guys, they are damaged with accidents is because they don't have no background of any sport, and then when they fall they don't know how to fall, they don't know how to, then they broke themselves. And I think that is all about physics. I'm a guy who always
And luck
say
as
to,
well, huh? It's
huh?
about luck. Huh? It's about everything is
Yeah.
always related to luck, huh? You know, because you can fall, but
I always think like this. I always say to my friends, go to a nice push. It's going to be good for your help. It's going to help you. And second thing, you're going to create so much control that when you go and you break the brakes from your board, example, you don't
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, completely.
can happen. What
Yes.
you going to do in this case? They don't know what they're going to do because they're just going to jump.
Yeah. But there is one thing I mean you need to take into account is that people who are doing street skateboarding, longboard, except the one who are going for downhill, uh,
Mhm.
there is very limited, if no protection. You know, even helmets. Huh? I mean, you can go street skating. No one is going to wear an helmet, and that's the same. Huh? You don't wear a body armor, otherwise, I mean, you are killing your flexibility. I mean, that would be stupid to do so. I know you can hurt very get hurt very badly when you street skate on ice, even stronger than you skate. But okay, body armor, so and so on, it's just kill the thing. But in skate, you definitely need I would say an appropriate level of protection. So just to give you an example, when I go riding with the best team, the U-Face, it's like I'm riding a street skateboarding. So I never wear helmets, neither protection. So it's just maybe it's not good, but in more than I would say
Yeah, but
15, 20 years, I always managed
yeah, but
to
it's
get it
different for you.
correctly. Yeah?
Cedric, is different for you, my friend. You have lots of experience, and most of the time, I don't see you go like a lacrosse because we are talking today. There is lots of power boards there, and
Yeah,
sometimes the people buy it and they don't know what they have in his hand. It's like
yeah.
the persons who want to
Yeah,
have.
it's valid. It's valid. Huh? It's a valid point. Huh? But again, I think it's not. I mean, the speed is a key factor. Huh? But what kills you is not the speed. Huh? The speed never kills anyone. Huh? It's the guy who is just in control and just go above its limit. Huh? And you can take any board, huh? 10 kilometers, 12
Yes,
kilometers.
yes,
You can just get hurt badly if you are not lucky. But even worse, someone can hit you, which is even worse. But then it's
yeah,
a trade-off. And do you want to behave like Robocop when you are going downtown to enjoy? I mean, that's why probably I ride less and less ultra powered board because I think, going with full face helmet, Robocop stuff and like that to go 50 kilometers an hour in the street of Paris. I mean, I understand that it's very cool for plenty of people. I did that in the past. But now I'm much more chill. I just try to do more tricks than speed. And I just enjoy it differently. But of course, if I had like a Lacroix or a Cali, I mean, you definitely need a full face helmet and some body armor. Huh? Otherwise, you are just playing lottery. Huh? And you are playing lottery with your life. Huh? It's something which we often talk about others, but it's sometimes it's happened to you. Huh? So I agree with you. Huh? So of course there are more and more power boards. They are more and more heavy. By the way,
mhm,
so it's very hard to control everything with a very light board, 10 kilos. I mean, you can jump on the board, out of the board. You can.
yes,
It's very different. Less.
totally different. With a LaCroix, you cannot do nothing, my friend. With that just 23 kilos, what are you going to do? You just have to pray and say, okay, I hope that nothing is going to happen
Yeah,
to me.
but maybe with this kind of with the Lacroix and so on, you are in pneumatics, so you are as well a good ground clearance and so on. So I think it's very very different, and I think you just need to get the right safety based
Mhm.
on first what you are going to use, uh, and then of course, which is sometimes why people don't want to go in that direction because there are say helmet police, we need helmet. So, but for me, I am working in risk management, so it's really about the risk that you are willing to take, and it's just something that you balance. And of course, you need to accept it. But there are a minimum baseline, which is you need to wear at least an helmet, which is very important. And I would say then you build on that depending on the, your level of engagement. By the way, you see.
He's like me. We are you and me was talking about in private about this event that I was this weekend in uh, Czech Republic, and
Yeah.
that was amazing. What the guys you cannot ride without protections. Was not no chance.
Hmm?
Or you have because that was a kart event, and that was very fast guys,
Hmm?
and that was the rule, and I think that is a good rule for you to go to an event to put it, because the machines now they are fast, my friend. They
Yeah.
are very fast. I was impressed from the last time I was in Paris with you guys, and the event there with all of us. We see some accidents, like from Mike, who broken his deck when he was riding.
Hmm.
Can happen to everybody. You are riding and something goes wrong. I see last Saturday, Dave, this guy from Denmark, was there and who was very fast in one curve, and he touched one small metal, and that was enough for him have a big accident. And he
Yeah.
was very lucky that nothing happened. But of course, it was with protection.
Hmm.
And I was behind him, and I see the accident. And I was ooh, I because, but I see the protections in this type of games. You have to have it. It's like now it's going to be in electric games.
Yeah. First, there is one thing, Nelson. The protection are of
Hello,
course.
Tom. Thank you for coming, my friend.
You say.
Yeah, it's Tom from UK.
Cool. No, just saying that the safety is anyway mandatory for the insurance. So basically, this is of course mandatory. Otherwise, the event is not insured, and if you have an issue, then it's becoming your problem. But of course, as you say, there are things you cannot control, and to do that, the only way to make sure everything goes smoothly is to protect yourself. Because again, when you go to a competition, I mean, of course, it's the community you enjoy and so on. But I don't know anyone who's going to a competition to be at the second place. I mean, second place is first loser. So
Oh,
if you go to compete, I mean, if someone ever told you, I go to a competition, just to have fun, to ride with my friend, I mean, competition means to compete, means that
competition.
you have one winner. You know,
Yes, yes.
that this was we have a podium.
Yeah.
Of course, you enjoy, you have friends, and so on. But competition means that it's about winner and losers. It's as it is. So of course, to win, you push yourself, and when you push yourself, you go outside your control, and then
You
things
see it
sometimes
in
go wrong.
you see it in 2019. That was a big competition there. Everybody was saying that his friends and everything, but that was competition.
But that's super cool,
Yeah, that was the best.
because the competition with friends is even better. You
Do you
know.
remember? Do you remember when came this guy from Germany with this monster truck?
Yeah.
Then everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, it's going to be competition." And in end, what you see that was Malt. I don't see him. There is lots of time, and then you see this monster is military machine too loud. And which person was in final? Samu,
Yeah.
Michael, two involves, and the trumper from from Eamon. That
Yeah,
sometimes because you have a big machine, that don't means that you're going to win something. And we cannot forget Peter. Peter was a very nice example for everybody in the competition. You fall, you stand up, and you help, and you wait for the other ones. That is very
yes,
nice.
yeah.
I think the event in from the beginning to the end, that was like, do you imagine, my friend, that was going to be so fantastic, like that, that happened?
I think you never know. You never know because basically what was very challenging when we did the event um, was to get organized with people that you don't know. So really keep in mind that Chris and I didn't know Ricardo, didn't know Lee. Basically, that's the same as well for the other people. And to arrange something using WhatsApp or video calls, it's very tough because as always, everyone has an opinion, and it's very tough because you don't know each other, you don't know what are the reaction, and so things can go very difficult. But what's cool is that we managed to do it as a team. That was very cool, uh, and I think we didn't really make the event. I think the people that came make the event because you can get a super cool track, you can get really the last boards and so on. But if you don't have the people that are enjoying, there is no event. So of course it was there was a very challenge. It was a very challenging setup. That was good as well that we managed to have William from Evolve with us. There is always a lot of tension when it comes to escape. The people that say
Mhm.
no, everything is fine, escape drama and so on is always not that far. But I think what we managed to do is really bring people together and even unexpected people. And then everyone was together. The group ride that did William was really amazing. It was super cool. So much work into that. So much engagement. And then voila. So I mean, it's really people made the event. I mean, we were kind of enabler of the event, but of course we worked hard. It was tough.
But
We
you
had
have,
many issues. Just keep in mind one thing, just to give you an idea. Um, uh, 2 days before the event, the lady from the district told us that there was no electricity at school. So we're like, okay. And really, as well, keep in mind that 100% of the funding of the event came either from the sponsor or the subscription for the race. So we had zero budget, zero. In fact, as well, take into account that CEDRIC is not a communication company. We are not doing business, we don't even care. We just created that association to be recognized by the district.
Mhm.
We can get the insurance and we can run the event. Otherwise, it's an empty box. You see, we are not businessmen with Chris. I mean, we don't
Mhm.
care. So that's why, at the end of the day, we had a lot of surprises, and it's very challenging because when you have zero money, you can do zero things. And you can think about it. An electrogen group is 1,000 euros. So that was crazy. But that's why I think we will not go to over anytime soon. Unless we like Van Gogh or Picasso, but I think it's all good.
I imagine these 2 last days was crazy for you, my friend. And to make this a cave all together was crazy, yeah?
Yes, it was good. And in fact, there was a lot of improvisation. A lot of improvisation. I mean, we have crazy stories. We have a lot. There was even for the Melo. Just an example, the Melo. Alexis, we planned to do a jam session, but in reality, no one ever knew what was a jam session. So Alexis came, say, "Well, okay, Cédric, okay, let's do the jam session." But people were riding the track. And he said, "No, it's all good. We will give the Melo kit and so on." But I said, "No, Alexis, no way. You have a jam session. Let's do it." So we closed the track at that moment, and then Lee was on the mic and say, guys, this is a jam session and so on. And it may seem easy to bring people together, but it's very hard because one was doing his things, the other was doing his own things, talking with Trompa, and it's like little kids, every guy that you see is a little kid here with his toys. And we brought everyone to the jam session. And then Alexis started to enjoy and create things. Samo was doing EP jumps and so on. So
That was crazy, my friend. We are seeing this video is from Moja. Moja is one of the best riders. Everybody, I think, knows Moja.
Yeah.
Moja is a fantastic person, and everybody you're seeing here is the videos from him. I think we have to first of all that he is Luis, fantastic guy, and I think that was like crazy. I think everybody was not expecting the guy to win from street. The guy who win it. That was with his board was everything broken with plastic and everything, and then he came. I think he's from Switzerland. The guy who
Moja, when he came with an old Raptor.
Yeah.
And then got the other board for all terrain, and voila. But he could have won as well with the Raptor.
And we have to say thank you very much to Samu, who was 2 days working and taking care of all the skateboards and repairing, and then very fast go race and then come back again to repair the things from everybody. Everybody works very hard. I see you all the time filming, making everything together. You don't most of the time, and that is what this is made for us. That is the guy. This guy is.
Yeah, it's really good one.
Was enjoying.
Yeah, so this guy is
he's a downhiller. Oh,
sorry, you say?
He's a downhiller. Oh?
Yes, he is, and you can clearly see with the posture that he's having, on the board and so on.
You see it directly.
Very good one.
Position. And look at this board. Everybody was. He just make it perfect. He was enjoying.
So that's Chris, yeah. That's Chris.
Yeah, he's Chris. And then we're going to say like this. This guy was very important too. I'm going to come back to this person.
Yeah, Eric, right? The one.
Yes, this guy was very important here for you because this guy created everything. I'm just going to put it here. He makes all the sound and everything. This guy was.
Yes, so basically, so it's Eric. So he's a photographer and he's a very good skater as well. And basically, what he had set up is kind of a full TV system over the school. At some point, we even had a drone that was filming live, and we have basically a complete live coverage of the event.
Yeah, he is the guy. Are you right?
So it's not on the Anderson deck. So it's a Bustin Your Face deck, and Bustin added the electric system into that. But the grip is Andy Anderson. So be careful if you buy the Andy Anderson grip. It's a bit too short, so you will end up by having a limited space on the top that you will need to fill, which makes the board a little ugly. So, but over time, the grip is just starting to get stretched, so you will not even notice it. But yeah.
What is the name of the downhill skate?
Downhill, it's Benji Lafay.
Yeah, that was the only person I didn't know that.
Yes.
He's very good. He's very, very good. Yeah. So continued here. This person, he makes everything all the times. He was 2 days just sitting there and doing just the perfect thing for everybody.
Yes, it's Eric. I mean, Eric is, I told you, he's a very, very good rider. He's doing kite surfing as well. Plus, he's very good at everything that relates to audio, TV, and so on. So he basically built in school a complete TV system. You have GoPro and so on everywhere.
Then you have Benjamin as came to the interview. Then you have uh, uh, you have most of the companies. You have what's the name? Then you have the today is not anymore the company. Uh, Jason Porton was there from Australia. Then was Jay Boston. Most of the YouTubers in a time. Eight was there with his wife too from Australia.
Yeah.
Then you have the Kelly board was there. Ernesto was there too. Then you have the Melo board was there. Then you have the protections. I don't want
Yeah.
Jan from France with
Yeah.
the
Over here.
over Rion that he was here, guys. Everybody you wants to see. You look here. He's rocking. Look how he's curving. That is like a joke for him.
Yeah.
Look how he catch him here.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. And then you have, if you don't know this company, Everion is in France. He has lots of years. He's a fantastic engineer. He knows what he's talking about. He makes nice boards. If you have the chance, there is an interview here with us. You can see a little more about this product. I think you're going to be surprised. He's very good. But here you see, there is another guy from Carve UK. Was lots of persons. Oh, there is Michael. This guy is good too.
Yes,
He's been around. That is this is the Pensa. That was a Malta. Yeah, that was the last race. No, that was with Peter. That Peter fought with him, and that was very sportly. And you give the trophy he received you see now he's going to fall the two of them, and that's what we call sport. You fall, but you wait for the person and you help him. It's a competition, but here is perfect. That is is Heyman kill him in this last. That was very fast. And of course, we have to say that was Michel from Italia too, a nice rider. Everybody was there. Then you have the Carve UK. Then you have Chris. My friend, of course, you have the Mellow boards. I'm very sad. I hope that they don't close the doors, but I think they're going to close the doors this year.
Alexis is no more in Melo. Alexis, that's for
they are not riding. The two of them.
He left Melo.
The two of them.
Yeah.
They are not now. Now Matthias is just making electro traffic, and the two of them. But the company is going to close. Very sad to see the companies closing, but that is life. For you, my friend, I know that you ride lots of boards. For you, what is your perfect board as a rider that you like more? What style do you like more?
Yeah.
Because I know that you have off-road, I know that you have street, I know that you have all the things. But what is your style?
I think I don't have any preference, in fact, because I have a board for everything that I like. So just to give you an example, if I want to commute, I either pick my Bustin Sportster, the Bustin Your Face, which is a shorter board, the one we paint. But this is or my bike, basically. This is if I want to commute, okay, from A to B and have fun. Okay? If I want to jump, go, I would say, a bit more offensive in the street or in the forest, I pick my all-terrain board. Of course, I pick it. Because obviously that's the only one who's able to ride the forest, so it's a pretty easy choice, apart from the pink.
Yeah, that's what.
Then if I want to enjoy a small area but go really in sliding, like we do in snowboarding, I pick the summer board, the electric freeboard, the Liftec V2, whatever you call that, but it's called the summer board. But if I want to commute, I will not ever use the sonar. I mean, it would be stupid. I mean, because it's very sensitive to the roads, and of course, you better have a very good level to be able to do so.
I see
So,
that. I see that you ride today an e-bike.
yeah.
Is something that you are liking?
Yes, of course, it's really cool. In fact, I
You
bought
know that I buy my bike because of you.
really,
Because
but you did
yes,
you
yeah, I
did
buy
the
for
wrong
my
one, my
wife.
friend.
Yeah, but I see you riding, and you say that is cool, Nelson. I
It is,
ask
it
you.
is, it is, it is. So,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, I'm just joking. Yes, it is. In fact, I wanted to, uh, to commute to work, and basically, I will never ever take my skateboard to go to work. Simple as that. You
Yeah.
know, at least I don't use my skateboard as a commuting device. See, well, I know some people do it, and I'm sure this is very good, but on my side, I'm not going for that. So I bought a bike. So it's a coast cycle bike. I had a good opportunity in terms of price. I bought it 2,500 euros. So it's still money. I'm not saying it's cheap, but it's still. But the bike is sold in Singapore around 4K. Okay. But then the thing is that, I mean, when you are coming from DIY, you always try to improve things around you. That could be everything around you, your home, your devices, your car. But here it's a bike. So what I did is that I have completely removed all the electronics, and put a mid-drive, which is a Bafang DB SHD. And I have obviously changed the controller to an AZ controller, which is
Mm-hmm.
ultra powerful. So now we are pretty close to be, I mean, we are pretty close to a motorbike. So of
Mm-hmm.
course you are going to tell me, okay, Cédric, you are going on the bicycle line and driving with something which is clearly a super powered bike.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when I ride on the bicycle line, I am following the regulation clearly,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very weird. You know, if you ride 40 kilometers with a bike, the bikes are 25 kilometers, you are like, so at some point, something is weird. It's not because I am afraid of the regulation, no, it is what it is. I mean, but it's much more, I mean, you understand that you have something very powerful, because believe me, when you accelerate with that bike, it's like you are taking your S73 and you multiply it by 4. Huh? Because here the ratio, it's a single belt, and the ratio is very, very, very torquey. So when you push the pedal, it's accelerate non-stop. So of course, as you know, there is no magic. Huh? If you have a big torque, you cannot have an important speed with the same ratio. So I have capped the bike at 40, 45 kilometers per hour. Huh? But I can go from 0 to 45 in
Seconds.
3 5 seconds, 3 4 seconds maximum. You see, but it's very cool. Very very cool.
And I see that you make lots of videos. That's why I'm come. That is a sport that you use to. Do you like to race with these drones?
Yes, of course. So I am a very bad drone pilot again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but here it's FPV. You see, so basically you have goggles and you have
Mm-hmm.
a remote, and you are basically uh, uh, controlling the drone. It's a 5-inch drone. You have a GoPro on top of it. So it's very cool. It's super cool. You can get up to 150 kilometers per hour and so on. It's very, very, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I would love to have. I have a friend of mine who was doing with a professional drone pilot, and sometimes we manage to get some contents of me, but
Mm-hmm.
99% of the content that I am doing is I am self-filming myself. But the drone is super cool. This is FPV. You have
Yeah, FVD. Yeah.
So very very cool. Drones are very very cool. They are very fun. It's like for Star Wars.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
see.
very
I see lots of guys in France and Belgium making lots of contempts with these drones. I was last time in games in Belgique, and there's a very special place just for this competition of drones, and that was a lot of persons
Ah ouais.
riding.
Yes,
It
of
was amazing.
course.
And I see lots of persons now using these drones when they go to a competition. They bring these drones and they follow you very good and very fast, and they take lots of good image when you
Yeah,
are.
there's one thing which is important to know is that everything when it comes to drone is about stabilization. You see, and here, when you're filming with a GoPro,
Mm-hmm.
you need to keep in mind that you have the GPS coordinates of what you are doing within the file. Of course, if you
Mm-hmm.
enable the setting, huh? Which means that you can do post-production and post-stabilization. There is a software called RideWithOKP. It's around 100 euros. And that software uses the GPS coordinates to get the perfect smooth tracking because if you do it post-production, you are able to identify what is the direction that you are going to take. Because you are basically the full content plus the full
Mm-hmm.
GPS coordinates. So basically, when you are doing like that, the drone clearly, the GPS GoPro settings know that
Mm-hmm.
you will be there in 2 seconds. So it can anticipate and smooth it. This is something you cannot do if you are not using a GoPro, because even on the latest DJI drones, it's stabilizations, right? But it's live stabilization. Okay? It's not post-prod stabilization that you can use with a GoPro. That's why a lot of content is done using GoPros, even in professional world. But voilà. And these drones are very fast. They are very. You can basically do anything with them if you have a good level and good
And
skills.
now they are talking about that. I just have a question. I know that DJI he put out a special drone for this type of competitions. Is this drone? Can you compare it with the other drones?
Just give me 1 second. Don't move.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Look, this is the difference. So
Wait
this
a
is
second.
the drone
Wait a
that we are
second.
talking about.
Yes.
You see, you put the GoPro, you the battery, it flies.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Okay,
Yeah.
GPS. Okay, very light. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
the
that is the one.
yes,
Oh, that is totally
but
different.
yeah, it's in fact it's different in a way that it brings lots of things in the same package. So imagine if you are starting and you want to go in FPV, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can learn with that because if you have an issue in your brain and you are just you just push a button, the drone stabilize. Okay. If you have an issue, you click return to home, the drone just come back. So, but of course, when you are talking about FPV drone, a lot of things are related to how you set up the drone. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the DJI is very, very poorly set up. It works fine, but definitely it's not exactly the same game. So if you have zero drone, zero thing, you can get that drone. You will get FPV goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it will cover what the Mavic can do, but of course, it will enable you to go in FPV mode, which
Mm-hmm.
will enable you to do it to do FPV. But again, the only big issue is that if you crash, you are screwed basically because with a drone like that, if you scratch, this is the frame, the carbon
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
frame is 30 euros. You
Yeah.
see?
You can change it.
So, voilà.
Yes.
So
And the
that's
other one,
um,
the other one, you have to change everything. Or you can put it in the garbage. I buy it yesterday a drone, but I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. I don't want to make propaganda. I buy a drone that was lots of. I buy the Scardio to
mhm.
follow you, and I'm very. I don't know. That is the first time I ride with him yesterday, and I'm not satisfied with the.
Yeah, there is a lot of progress which has been made on the follow me topic. Um, Today, the DJI Mavic Air 2, the latest one, is very, very, very good. Very, very good. And you can fly, if I am correct, up to 30 minutes, you know. So,
It's
and the
good.
stabilization works very well. You can just go in the forest and so on, and you know the drone is going to
Mm-hmm.
take care of the obstacles and so on. Um, so yes, definitely. So I think King Foster, okay, are you going to ride with the freeboard quarter? Yes, of course.
Freeboard, yeah.
Yes, of course, of course. Um, in fact, what you see is that on one side you have the freeboard people, really the hardcore freeboard riders. So I'm talking about people that started the freeboard journey really in the beginning. So really, really good riders, really committed riders. And for some reason, the freeboard went a bit unpopular, or at least because probably you need to have a heel and you need, I mean, probably to do marketing and so on. But lately, they are, I would say, with the latest freeboard release, going to get more popularity. I know that Quentin Mess, who's a famous rider, is working on that with other colleagues. Consider that there are around 15 people in the world which are now trying to save. They have set themselves a mission which is to save the freeboard. Voilà. So, which means that I'm sure they will be successful. But at the very same time, with the summer board, which is now a more reliable product, you see that the world of freeboard, which is very, very non-electric, by the way. You see, it's about
Mm-hmm.
freedom, it's about something light, so forget about electric. They don't enjoy electric, and I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But we are really at a moment where the freeboard riders are as well going to enjoy the summer board. And you see today more and more people. There is a lady in Stella. She's a very, very, very good rider. Probably I'm not very good at knowing who are the riders at freeboard, but she's probably one of the best riders in female at freeboard. She's doing crazy things. And I managed to get her within the summer board team, and she got a board, and now she's going to do some crazy content and so on. So yes, I'm riding with basically everyone. I am even riding with. In fact, I have to tell you, I don't care. In fact, who I am riding with.
Yeah.
You see, so I'm riding with people that are enjoying and so on. I don't do that much group ride. Uh, I think maybe I'm getting old. I like to take my board, take my camera, do my things. Of course, when I meet Samo, when I meet Mathieu or other people, other friends, we enjoy a lot. But I will not naturally enjoy to do 15 kilometers group ride. I mean, okay, and maybe I am getting old.
I agree with you, my friend. In the beginning, I do lots of group rides, and today I'm doing more like you, my friend. More for myself. I take my drone, I take my cameras, and I'm doing my things. It was good this weekend when I make this event. I was in this event. Okay, but that is when you don't do every day is perfect. But if you do that every time, I don't think. That's why I come to the next
I
question.
try that much, in fact. You see many content coming, but in fact, just keep in mind that in terms of amount of time I ride, it's probably 1 hour per week.
Yeah.
Really on Saturday, I'm just going, taking the camera, going, if it's not raining, trying to film something and coming back.
Mhm.
Um, so, of course, if I had more time, um, I would go to ride with the evolved people and so on. Of course, there are good people, but I mean, a very limited amount of time,
Mhm.
and I really want to progress in doing more tricks in skateboarding, electric
Yeah.
skateboarding. So, last Sunday, so it was 2 days ago. Yes, Tuesday, right? Yes,
Mhm.
2 days ago. It was raining in the morning, and I picked my board for the U face, and I went to the Biraken Bridge, the Inception Bridge that you
Mhm.
shot. And now the challenge that I have set myself is to do the full bridge in as manual.
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, you need to be very committed. You need to train. You need to so. And group rides, that the purpose is to ride and to move around, to discover the city and so on. But on my side, what I want to achieve right now is to get a trick done. And the only way to do that is to never give up and to continue doing it. So you see, voilà, and that's why on Friday, on Sunday, instead of going to kind of a group ride, I went just to the Biraken Bridge and just I trained for probably 2 hours that time, no camera because I need of course to train, and it's nose wheeling is very hard at Biraken because it's very bumpy, it's very tough, but I would say I will make it. But that's why I think if I had more time, I would probably do group rides. But unfortunately, it's a matter of priority, you see. So,
And then when you come to this type of what is happening now that we are in a COVID, what of events is happening now in France in the next 2 months?
so there is a big one. It's the electric games. So it's going to be a very very cool event. First, because the people that are organizing it are already very cool. So they are riders. So there is no business behind that, which is very important because
People
business.
love the sport.
Yes, voilà. And to do business is not a bad thing again.
But if you can put the two things together, it's perfect.
Yes, because if you don't have business, it's very hard to get the money to run the event. I mean,
Yes.
unless the guy is billionaire, but at the end, I mean, it's you need on one side to do things that you enjoy and 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 consider that the board that we ride, the motor that we buy, we are paying them, so it's money. And I think it's a good. Look, when we have done, just to give you a quick example before we go to electric games, when we did It's Electric, I remember calling Cédric, from Electric Board Solutions, and keep in mind that at that time he was still in the DIY area and so on, and he came, he met people and so on, and then he started the Flux company and so on. So, in fact, it's about as well giving exposure to people that can then, benefit of that, to meet other people and so on. So it's not always about, going there to make money. Because again, I am not even sure that this is very, very beneficial.
It's not.
Because I'm not sure that, just take an example, if Evolve, I just take Evolve goes to electric games, they go with 10 boards, I am not even sure that someone will buy them. You see? Just because people have already board. So why someone who has already a board who's happy is going to buy another board? No, it's usually you sell board to people that want to find something else, that don't have any board. So again, I think on that side, for the electric games, I went to the very first electric games with the SkateFR community years ago, and that was super cool. It was raining, so it was crazy, completely crazy. But that was cool, and keep in mind that at the root, the electric games is made by a community of AUC, of wheels, And what was cool is that even at the beginning, it was driven by people that are completely with the wheels. Most of them don't even do skateboard, by the way. They managed to bring a lot of other disciplines together. So, and I think this year, what is cool is that first there is the event, because on our side it's electric, it was too risky for us to do so. What is very good is that they managed to postpone the date. And of course, if we have to do it electric, you may notice that the date is the same. So they are really exactly the same date that we picked last year. So hopefully next year we will manage to do it differently. But again, what is very interesting is that the people know they are onboarding as well. What we are going to do with Chris is kind of make it a festival, much more than a competition, in fact. and bring people from one wheel, because there is a big community of one wheel, and one wheel is very cool, by the way, apart from the company, which is a bit on the very weird side of things, but the device itself is very cool, very,
Yeah.
very cool. So I think, Arcachon, the area Test de Buche, which is basically where you are going to go in a few weeks, the ocean, plus I would say the freedom, plus the different people that are going to be there is going to be very cool. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you are really going to enjoy. I will be
I'm
in
I'm I'm
Strasbourg.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go, and I'm going to stay some days because that is direct from Mare, and I'm going to take some days with my family there. I
You
going
are
to
going to enjoy.
yeah,
Arcachon is super cool. You are, I mean,
yes, and I think that is you can make a nice combination. You take 1 week there, you're going to go to the event, and I can take my family, and I think that is going to be perfect for everybody. And you have the
yes,
choice. You have the choice to go to with a scooter, AUC, uh, one
yes.
wheel, uh, a mountain board, everything. You can use it there. That is a
But
nice event.
even if you go there for a swimming pool competition, you will enjoy. Because
Yes.
basically, I mean, I know this is not a swimming pool competition. We are not talking about that. They are deciding to bring e-foil to the game. But voilà, but joke aside, if you go there with your family, you will go to La Dune de Pila, you will go to Arcachon, you will go to Biscarrosse, and then you will enjoy because it's very different. The
I
people
just
are
I,
very,
I just tell to everybody, if you want to go and you don't want to compete, you don't have to pay. If you go there and you want to charge your boards, there is a place you pay just 10 euro and you can charge the boards and they take care of your board. That
yeah,
is amazing. And I think this is a nice event. You take your weekend, you are direct by Mare, you can camping. I see that there's lots of place to camping. You can go in a hotel. There's lots of uh, things you can do. You can go for rides with your family, and I think it's fun.
yeah,
And
it was 2 weeks ago, I can tell you. It's very cool. And the one wheel community, the people that are locally based in Test de Buche,
mhm.
are very committed people. There are very good riders as well, and the Matidarka people really are very, very good riders.
And they
So
has experience.
yes, I mean they are doing things so they can enjoy. And of course, if they enjoy, everyone will do. Because they are
Yeah.
really pushing the sport forward. And you can see Matidarka videos. The guy is doing very good things.
Then
So
I
yeah,
come to I come to the next question. That is the important question. I know that you. I know you. I know Chris. You 2 years you cannot make your event again. Uh, are you starting to make a plan for next year, or you didn't start it?
I think it's a very simple question. In fact, we already had a plan for this year, huh?
Hmm.
And it was very, very ambitious. Huh? So basically, next year, of course, we will look at it. We will schedule for it, and again, we will do it
Hmm.
to bring kind of much more the festival attitude.
Hmm.
Uh, voilà. But on our side, we are really coming from, how can I say, skateboarding, longboarding, one week. So you see,
Hmm.
so I think this is when we are discussing with Chris. Do we think we will be good at bringing the wheelers community? I mean, no. I mean, I like these people. They are very good people. But this is
I
not
think
really
that
the
is
core of the
fantastic.
event. That would be cool. But again, at the end, we are not going to organize the full riding family community. I mean, we are two people, and so it's 4 people. So we need to be very humble to that.
Yes, you have. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I know what you are. I know that is difficult. I know that is difficult for you two guys to organize everything. But I think if you bring the one wheelers, that is will be fantastic.
yeah, one wheeler,
I
that's
w-
of course. I mean, to me, one wheel, again, I am completely for diversity. I even bought a wheel in the past. Where
Mhm.
we could, you know what, even bring the bike community with us. But then, the more you bring people, the more you have troubles. Because everyone
Yes,
needs to be
yes,
happy. And again, it's never like that. So I think what is good for the electric games is that they are starting with the wheels, you know, which is really the core of what they do. They are bringing skateboarding on top of that, plus the mountain boarding, which is as well very, very cool, plus now the one wheel, you know. So, but if for next year when we will do the electric, it's electric, we will mainly focus, and I think Chris is very is okay with that. We will focus
I
on
think too.
skateboarding, mountain boarding, plus one wheel. But that's it, you know,
Mhm.
because there's always
Yeah.
too much people, too much diversity, and I mean, we are not like for the Paris, you know,
No, my friend.
we prefer to do something very good on something, you know, to build
Like you
on that.
did the first time. Like you did the first time. You do it
Yes,
everything perfect.
and we will have no credibility, you know, to bring the wheelers. You know, it's electric.
Yeah.
Greg is a wheeler.
Yeah.
So basically, he has people that understand. He understand what he's doing. It's that on our side, we
Yeah.
are very bad. I don't even, you know, I'm not able with Chris to federate a wheelers community, and we don't even know who we are. You know, they are fighting on their forums about I don't know what, like we all do.
I
So
just want
for
to
us,
show. I just want to show it in a moment we are speaking. Look at this. That was these 3 days. Look at this guy's riding.
yes, it's starting very fast. I mean, basically, I've
That is
seen the
4 motors, huh?
yeah, you know.
That is
But
Dave in the back.
I won. I think David came second on that ride.
Yeah, but why? Do you know why?
No.
Because you have the chance. See that video finish. Well, that was the bad for us. I was in a group with Dave too. The difference is you can choose, or you go around. You go like the or you make off road. And
Mm.
when the guy makes off road, he wins about 3 seconds from us because that is a jump. And is
Mm.
this jump you cannot go with our street boards
Mm.
because we don't have no chance. And
Yeah.
that's why then they change it. And Dave asked him, can we make a fair? And we go all of us in a cart. Then the game change
I like it.
because then we are in the same place riding. But I can tell you, and you have to thank this guy was in first place. He's a fantastic guy and he's a good rider, but he's every day in this track. He knows this track like his hands. Then you don't have no chance. But was a fantastic event. I can tell you it was a fantastic. And you know what I like about that? I remember this event because I was going to take the It's Electric forever. Uh, just because I was, when I was in It's Electric, we leave our boards, with our bags, everything was there. Nobody do nothing, and that was the same feeling I was yes in Saturday. I leave my boards, my controllers, everything, and nobody. You don't have was no problem, and that was these two feelings that you are like at home, and that is what is beautiful. Hello, Queen. Hello, good morning to Australia. How are you, my darling? Are you wake up now? We are going to go to bed.
Nelson, how
Are
many
you
wives
ready
do
to
you have?
race? Are you ready to race for the event in Australia, Involve event? I hope so. Yeah, but that was just the thing. That's why I say, guys, if you have the chance, I hope that Cédric and Chris made next year, and that everything is open for us to have lots of fun. I think that is going to be a big event. Last year, I was speaking with the persons and to go all together from Holland, Belgium, and Germany, and was close to 100. I think the last one, 152 persons who want to ride to the event with us together. That was a lot, my friend. And then we have to thank your friends, UK friends, the other guys. I think that was if that event was last year, I think that will be like the bomb event. Don't happen.
Yeah, but
I think.
you will see. I think that's what Samo said as well. Is that there will be a raise in the competition when it comes to electric devices. So of course, it's late. And it often starts with that. What Amadou was saying is that it always starts with someone that believes that he can do something, and it just by good cons, like he did, basically in Chicago, and just create people around him, convince the council that it's going to be fun, and then just do his things, and then people continue. And that basically what Mo did 4 years ago. I mean, he was probably the only one who believed that there was an opportunity to develop the racing. You can see that on the forum. I mean, everyone was laughing at him. But
I just want to.
he was
I just
kind
want
of
to say to Keen, Scott, to Jade. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the live. That is very nice from you to see here, Cédric. Everybody's now is waking up in Australia. The guys, some of them are coming to Igna, our one wheeler, and he's a fantastic person. He was one of the active guys here in Germany, and I just want to. I just hope that you guys can. It's 6 a.m. there. Okay, perfect. Here is close to, I think, 10 o'clock of the evening. Yes, we are 10 o'clock of the evening. Yeah, it's about 8 hours difference. So for me, the important thing: don't do too much stuff. Just do what you do the last time, the best. Because I think it was perfect what you guys did. Street.
Yeah, but I told you, Nelson, I think what we did was just, to set up the environment. That's it. Everything else was brought by the riders. So this is very important to know. It's like if you take an example, if you are organizing a fiesta in a discotheque, basically we set up the discotheque. And then we didn't even brought the music. You came with the music, you came with the energy, you made your dance floor and so on. So again, yes, I know it's always good to say that it was tough to organize, but it could have been way tougher if the riders were doing their things and voila. So that's why I would say that probably it's a 50-50 deal. If you spend a lot of energy to do something, and then the people are like, okay, voila, I mean, you have to, voila.
We have to work more as a community. That's the problem. Lots of persons just come to enjoy, and they forget they have to help a little. They have to support a little more, and sometimes it's difficult.
It's like in life, it's a dream. I mean, to think that everyone is here to support, because basically, I mean, in every community, you have people that are doing as well their things, creating another community in the community, and it's a good thing. But at the end, what is very cool is that when you all share the same passion, which is not even the escape, which is just to enjoy stuff that when you accelerate gives you some adrenaline. That could be for a scooter or whatever else. Usually when these people enjoy, they are even in the DIY scene, so it means that the guy has developed his scooters, has tuned his things, and so on. I mean, that would be completely stupid not to listen to that guy, because you will learn a lot from what he's doing. But so that's why I think what brings people together is the curiosity. It's because you see things that you would like to do yourself, but someone else did it before you, and you say, okay, oh, that guy did it, and you learn from that. And of course, that's the same for you. And that was the case at It's Electric. People were coming with even the guys coming with the Evolve, each of them has tuned their board and stuff like that, and so. So even the guy that was, the hardcore DIYer that was saying, well, I don't like Evolve, I don't like whatever, I don't like Boosted or whatever, was amazed with the level of customization that was done. And at the end of the day, let's pick an example. Imagine the guy didn't like Evolve. But it's not about Evolve, it's about the rider who's doing his things with his board. I mean, if he's liking his Evolve board, why somebody is going to shit on him? And even worse, you know what? Why it's not working? Because at the same moment, if that guy with the Evolve is winning the competition, you don't talk about the brand. You talk about the guy who's riding. It's no more about branding, which is why I think it's cool to have competition like that, because it gets completely rid of all the social drama that you see that are going to last forever. And no one will stop them. In the community, dramas are everywhere. But when people are with their board, talking to each other, and it's completely different. You see, so it's good to have competition because I mean, the virtual world is a very tough world, and
It's very tough, my friend. It's very tough.
It's already tough in real life. You saw, so it's very, very tough in real life because a lot of things are not done on your personality. They are done on the perception, which is how people understand what you told them. And you could have a very, very good, joke or something like that, but then they will get it differently, and it's very tough because obviously everything is moving so fast that you cannot understand how the person is going to get what you want to say. You just send the message, and voila. But that's why this competition I would say are very important, or even events, because they bring more reality into this community.
For your event, we talk about there's another interviews with Chris and with Cédric. You guys can see it, but if you don't want, that was a big interview. But I'm going to ask the same thing to Cédric for you guys to know. The next, it's electric, maybe 2022. The places is going to be different. It's not going to be in the same place, right?
No, of course not. I mean, we would be completely stupid. Keep in mind that 2 days before, the lady from the council called and said, "Hey, Cédric and Chris, we remove you the electricity." We told them, "Okay, are you serious? We are talking about people that we don't run the electric boards with gasoline." And he said, "But no. So at some point, when you fail, you usually avoid to fail multiple times, especially when the failure is outside of your control. And if you want to go bigger, you usually want to remove all that bullshit of people who don't really understand what you want to do. But voila. So of course we will do it in a different place. We will keep the same mindset. We will focus on e-state and 1 week, clearly. Nothing else, by the way. And that's it. So I would say we build what we have done.
I just want to say to everybody who came to the live, thank you so much. First of all, I just want to share something with you guys. I'm going to leave all the links. That is going to be his Instagram. He's very active in Instagram. Then you have his YouTube channel. Then you have his Facebook. And what is this? Boris Born. Do you represent this company today?
So it's come on, it's Bustin Board. It's like you are talking about Nike and Reebok, man, my friend. So Bustin Board, in fact, it's a company that was I don't work for them. Simple as that. So that's just to make it clear. Bustin was created in 2001 by Ryan. So and basically the guy started his board company from his garage, and you can see the Bustin story. And then he built different boards, which are long board, pushing boards, push boards. And 3 years ago, there was a company called Dualomo and there was as well a company called Ride Unlimited. You may know both of them. Basically, Ride Unlimited was acquired by Loaded Boards, and there was a partnership between Dualomo and Bustin. And again, I keep in mind that Bustin is not at all in the electric skateboarding business. This is very important to know. You know, they are not competing with Evolve, they are not competing with Lacroix, and you know what? They don't care. You see?
Okay, they do this stuff.
So yes, so what they did is that they wanted to add a motor on their board. So when you buy a busting board, you buy a busting deck that you stuff with electronics. Okay, so it's very different mindset. Huh? And so voilà. So basically, you have two boards. You have the Sportster, which is that one. Yeah, voilà. And you have the Yo-Face. So both of them are very different boards. So on my side, I'm riding both. I am riding the Yo-Face because, of course, I'm coming from street skating and I can do those manual and there is a tail and so on. And of course, no motors under the tail, which is, I would say, the baseline when you do street skating. And the Sportster is much more a board that enables you to do 40 kilometers. Well, it's very low, it's a drop-through board. So that's the Yo-Face. And what is very important for you to know is that Bustin is made of riders. So the people that, when you order a Bustin, you have someone who is building the board basically for you in USA and customizing it per your requirements. So you see, so this is very different. So of course, it's not a full-scale model because otherwise you cannot get some artwork done on a full scale. Otherwise, you go full production and it's not exactly the same. So voilà, so Bustin is really one of the core company when it comes to longboarding, and they decided to go to add electrics, what they call the hybrid board, because their mindset is really that, you know, the skateboard is really the prolongation of, I mean, of your body. So you see, and look of the ride, you know, and you really have a different style of ridings because these guys are coming from skateboarding, and you can clearly see. So basically, what they do is that they slide with the board and so on. So basically, don't expect the Bustin to win a dragster race. It's not going to happen. And you know what? It's not even the purpose of the board.
It's not made for that.
Yeah, they are fast and so on and so on, but they are really made to be electric powered board that as an add-on to their existing longboarding decks, longboarding boards, you know. And what is very interesting is that most of the people that buy a Bustin hybrid, like already have a Bustin non-hybrid. And what is cool is that you can progress on your discipline, on your riding, on the way you control your board, if you have the same platform. You see? So what is very cool is that, for example, on my side, I'm riding a Yo-Face or a Sportster, but when I want to commute further, I take the electric version of that Sportster, which is the hybrid. You see? So same platform, longboarding plus electric longboarding, if I say so. And you know what you see here is that these people are not in, I was going to say not in China, but at the end of the day, I don't care where they are. But what is important is that the people that you see here are really part of the company. They are, I would say, riders, and you know, they are really local people. You know, it's like you create a company in Paris, and then you build your board in Paris, and then everything that you see is on build. You know, the guy that you see on the picture is real. He's the guy who's doing all the artwork on the Bustin board and so on. So voilà, there is a big identity around Bustin. So obviously I am riding the busting board. So we met each other. I would say got into contact. I think that was 2 years ago, and that was for me a good opportunity to be part of an identity. You know that I am coming from basically,
Mm-hmm.
um, and what they are doing today aligns with how I practice my skateboarding. So of course I do have other boards, which is why it is very cool, by the way. When
Mm-hmm.
you are kind of not ambassador but a part of the team, let's call that way, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously I don't have any coupon to give you, so you can get 10% of a busting. I mean, I don't even care about that. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people have coupons, enjoy their coupons. On my side, I don't care. Simple
Mm-hmm.
as that. If tomorrow you say, Cédric, please, I want to buy a busting. If you are in Paris, I will say, okay, come on, we are going to have a 2 hours ride and we are going to have fun. If you buy the board after that, I mean, it's up to you, but I will not give you any coupon. I don't have any coupon. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that the identity that they have is close to the identity that I have basically, which is probably
Nice control, huh?
voilà. So what you need to take into account as well is that lately, so Bustin was using Paris truck, which are very popular with Caliber, by the way, in the longboarding scene. And for the V3, they decided to build their own trucks, and they have changed a bit the bushing system, where you have a smaller bushing just up, up the cupsole, which enables you to have it more curvy. But look, what is very important, you know, this is an electric board, and these people are very, very, very good skateboarders,
Mm-hmm.
and they all push that board. You see, for someone who buy an electric board, it's completely nuts. Why do you want to push an electric board? That's completely stupid. You have a trigger, you accelerate, you brake. But these people, as they are coming from the longboarding, this is within their DNA, you know, and this is how they ride it. And to me, what matters to me is how people ride to enjoy. And again, there is no good or bad way of riding. I mean, everyone can ride whenever they want. But
Yeah.
much more that I am much closer now to something which is skateboarding and longboarding. That's something which is I use my La Croix, or I use my Cali, or I use whatever, my pint to
Mm-hmm.
commute. Because for that, I don't commute to UC. And it's very, very visible. This guy is named William Royce. He is one of the best rider, clearly versatile rider on earth. He's doing downhill, and he managed to, the Bride skateboarding. He's kind of a big guy, Iron Cairo. The busting team went to meet Iron Cairo. It was 2 years ago, and William managed to pop an ollie, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, among 7 boards. It's like that, raw ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pop a raw ollie on the
Yeah.
7 kilo run decks? So you see, and I think this is what is very interesting. Um, they are not double clipping tracks, so that's why you can see basically that you can carve with anything. You see, I know that people say, well, double clippings are very good for carving, and of course they are, but it's about your ability, to control your board.
Mm-hmm.
They are Paris truck. So voilà, so I am supporting Boston, and I
It's very
think so.
nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
so far it's a good mentality, it's a good mindset, and I am looking forward to get the V3. But again, on my side, I'm much more interested from their customer, to get the board.
Yeah.
You see, and it's very small company, so it's important that I mean they make business. You look at the price of the board. They are, I mean,
Yeah, I see it. I see
very,
it.
very.
I was impressed. The price is very good. And you can customize everything.
Yes, and someone, a human will do it. But again, there is no magic when it comes, to pricing. It's about, the part that you are using are already there.
In Europe, I think is
You
about
build on your business model, which is already to do very, very good longboarding board. So it makes sense, but they are not in the competition, with Evolve and so on, especially if you see the latest Evolve, which I believe is going to be a very good board. This is a different ride. You see?
Yes, that's why I said, guys, just for you who come to now or going to see the video later, I just want to say that is just us sharing our opinion about this sport. If you like it, you can maybe write to Cédric and ask him more. If you live in France, maybe you can go in Paris and see the board personally. If you write in USA, you can contact the guys. I think there is lots of riders there. You can contact. I think the price is amazing, but we are not winning no money with this. That is just us giving you opinion. Yes, yes, yeah. But YouTube, my friend. I was advised. I was asked in YouTube if I was selling, because I was talking with another rider here, and I talk about some product, and YouTube contact me if I was winning money without informing them, and I say no, I was sharing, and then they said I have to always. I have to say that is just our opinion, and that is stupid. But
popular, Nelson. You are very popular.
And Cédric, my channel is not monetized. I don't win no money. I have the monetize out, and the same. They send me the message. I could not make propaganda for another company. They was thinking I was winning money. I say no, I don't win no money. And they say if you are winning money, we're going to give you a strike. And I say I don't win nothing with this. I have the monetize out, but it's the same. We just have to share to everybody. You are the riders. I think Cédric bring a nice board here. He's riding for a long time. You can see all the videos from him in Instagram, in Facebook, and all. He has lots of time of riding, and he can tell you the right information. I never try it. I cannot give you this, but I trust Cédric because he's a guy who has a big background of skating. That's why. But if you have any questions,
yes, just to comment on what you say, I think everyone has different requirements, So when someone wants to, so basically I have a Cali, so I'm sharing my Cali with people. Basically, I share the Cali 1 month with one guy that went to Brittany, and let's say he enjoyed, I'm sharing as well the Sonorboard. I'm sharing basically like you all do, what you ride. So if someone comes to me and say, well, I want to do this and this, sometimes I just tell the guy, okay, buy an Evolve, or buy an X-Way, or buy, I don't know. Because again, I have zero interest for that person. And even worse, if I was business driven, uh, the guy would buy the board and probably will not enjoy it. And then you come back and say, Cédric, how can I trust you if you are sending? So this is why, again, what is very important is that it's about what the guy wants or the lady wants to have. If it meets their expectation, and you know what, even I share the board, they ride it, and then they do their things.
Yeah, that's the best way. I'm the same. I'm the same, Cédric. I always tell to everybody, look, guys, try it. If you like it, buy it. Because if you give the opinion, then they buy it. Then later they come to you and say, yeah, I buy this one, and I'm not. Every person's right different styles, different boards. It's better for you to go to a group ride and say, guys, can I try it? Or then maybe you have a better idea. But
there is one thing as well, is that doing content, doing demos and so on, it takes a lot of time, basically, you see. So I as well understand that what we call ambassadors, I don't know if there is a better word from that, but let's say ambassadors.
I don't like ambassadors, sorry.
I don't know if you have a better word, but some, I don't know, but imagine ambassadors, these people.
Yeah.
Okay? These people work hard to produce content. They do it because I think they believe they like it as well. they share moment, their personal life with people, instead of going to the movies with your kid. They are sharing, And again, I don't think it's such a bad thing if they get recognized in terms of money, because everything has a price. I mean, you can just enjoy everything, but if you decide
Yeah, but
to
Cedric,
spend 2 hours of your time with someone, you just do content for the brand, and so on and so on. I mean, at
Cedric,
the end of the day, it's not such a bad thing to get 100 euro, because you are more or less someone who's. It's not about, having a biased opinion. It's about taking your time, and time is money. I mean, it's something where you select, you do A or B, and you cannot do both. So I am not against, I understand that doing things, doing video edits, so on and so on, takes a lot of time. And I understand that some people, and it helps the brand as well, and the brands are making business. So I would say it's more or less normal that these people get their cash back. Voilà, that could be a board, whatever we call that, I don't know. But it's not such a mystical topic. But again, if you are not into business with no coupon, there is no topic because you have nothing to win. The videos I am doing for me to have memories in the future.
yes, I
And
know.
I'm doing the videos that I like to do. I am not doing videos for people. You see, that's kind of, but both are, I would say, okay.
Yeah. First of all, you have to enjoy it, Cedric. I understand you perfect. That's why today I do my things. When I have the chance, I go for a small ride, or I go to a very specific ride of friends that I know they ride very well, or they are my style of riding. Uh, uh, Big groups is just big confusion. Sorry, it's like this. I see the most of the accidents I see in my rides was the big rides, because it's always going to happen one or two accidents, because one is stupid, or the other don't look to the right or to the left, and the other comes too fast, and then someone wants to show himself, and I don't want to speak. Everybody has the right to do what they want. I'm I prefer to do like you. I like to do my thing, and when it's a nice group ride, I go. When it's not a group ride that I don't enjoy it, or that I do my thing. I have my bag there. I take my bag.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's free, guys. You choose it. I choose it this way. Cedric is this way. That's why we live in a nice and free world. Just enjoy your machines, have a good time, don't hurt yourself. And if you are like Cedric, make lots of sports, go to the water, go in your bike, go in your skate, go in your one wheel. It makes most of the sports, and have lots of fun. That is the important thing, and forget about the problems of the world. We have enough problems in the world. Cedric, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for coming. You see, we are close to 2 hours again. That the time the people are seeing, they don't understand. We don't see the time passed, and sometimes they say, now some 2 hours. What can I see as a live stream of 2 hours? We are talking and we forget about the time. That is the beautiful about these lives. And I want to say to Anthony in France, don't stop doing the lives. I think he's doing a fantastic job doing these live streams too, bringing the riders. If you are out
What
there,
you say?
do this. Huh?
What are you talking about? Okay.
I was talking about the involve the guy, the rider, Anton. I think he's Anton, the ambassador from Involve. He makes live streams now too.
Yeah, I went to his live stream. I think he's really waiting for the new Evolve. I think lots of people are, and you know what is very
Oh,
interesting?
I want to say, I was going to forget, my friends. Uh, in one day, tomorrow is going to come here Involve in the live. I was forgetting.
Okay.
Yes, the Involve is going to come to present the board in our life one day before the. Huh?
That's going to be interesting because, in fact, that could be a very good board. If you look at where they are coming, all the battery, they have admitted that the battery, by the way, was kind of probably not the best move. But the new board, I would say, is even the people that are in DIY seems to understand that a good amount of work went into it. And I think it's going to be an interesting board. I'm still not very fan of the remote. I think the trigger is very
Yeah.
low. I'm not used to that. But again, I'm not an Evolve rider. So, of course, if you're
Yeah.
going for Evolve, you see that. It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
But people such as Samo or Antoine,
Yeah.
Marco, the one that you were talking about.
But Samu is not anymore with Involve.
Yeah, but he will ride the board. It's.
Yeah, of
But
course.
even take Antoine
Samu is
Marco
one of the
or
best.
Michel, or plenty of people that you know ride
I think.
enable together. So they have the full control. They understand how it is. They understand the weakness. They understand everything. And now they are going to discover something which is very different, but still have the very same control. And what is
Yeah.
very interesting is that these people, I think it's going to be a good board. The specs are very good. I think they should probably try to find another marketing guy, but I think that's something they should work on. But the R&D is good, and the ambassador networks are good as well. So plus the customer service is, of course, very good. So I'm really looking forward to see what they put tomorrow in your live.
Yeah, they're going to put it in a life. They're going to talk, Cédric. Why do I love these lives? Because in these lives, you don't have the chance. When you make a podcast, you make it, you put it out, and then you can put the questions. In a life, what happened in a life? You can put the interview. You are interviewing the person, and you can make the questions, and it's going to show you everything, and then you can ask everything, and that's why I love lives. In a lives is the owner there, and he can explain you everything about the board. That's why I was here.
Even for the price, tomorrow they give
Huh?
you the price and they go for 2,700 euros, more or less.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of money, but at the end, if you want to stay premium, come with the premium price as well. And
But the problem is not the involved. The problem was the persons. The persons want that. The persons want that. The persons want that. The persons want that. Everybody was. I want big motors. I want another batteries. I want a different deck. I wanted that is money.
of course,
I'm not protecting involved, but I think when you ask for too much, but then is going to come the question. I'm going to talk about the board that is here in Europe. I'm not going to talk another full motion. I think that is a very nice board, and for the price, is going to be the same. You understand? That is a board that
yeah,
you're going to have.
but that's
It's a
yes,
different style of board.
yes, that's a good thing. If you can buy the same product for 1,000 less, well, I know. But that's going to be an interesting discussion because you are really you are very very clear about that. It's about
For me,
respect.
Cedric. For me, Cedric, I just want to bring the information for everybody. Uh, sometimes I lose a little time of my life, but I think that is the best way for us to share. And the important thing is for you to come and say, "Hey, you there from La Croix or Ernesto, or it's the same." You can tell them, "Hey, you're going to make this new board. What? How is going to be the batteries? How is going to be?" You question everything. Then you have him live. He cannot run away. You understand?
Yeah,
I speak with them and I say, guys, don't forget that is live. Live is different than when you make a podcast and later they're going to put your message. Live's the hey, Jason Potten was here, and believe it, that was like circles here. It was like,
yes.
and but for me it was a very it was a man with two balls. He came
Yes.
and he talked with everybody with no problems, and that's
Yes.
what I think is nice, because in life you don't have no chance. Ernesto was here and he answered for close to 4 hours. He was out of here drunk, my friend. In the end, he was drunk, Ernesto. The guy from La Croix, the Alex, was out
Yes, I
of
was
the
on the
interview.
time. So by the way, I'm really looking forward to their e-foil, because they are working on something, and that's going to be interesting. But yes, so I will be following your life. So I've not been so much an Evolve fanboy or so on. So I have had some troubles in the past because of the battery topic, which was
Yeah.
causing a bit of troubles to everyone. But I think at some point you have to admit that if the people work hard and they deliver something at a certain price, I mean, we need to respect it, and we need just to take the board and go for a ride and see is it so good. And then the question is, how much money are you willing to spend for that identity? Because people again don't buy a board; they buy an identity. Of course,
Yes.
the board needs to be at the level where we are today, which was not the case. But now, with the sets that they are picking, the motors that they are picking, and the new controller that they are putting into that, should make it a very, very
Mhm.
decent board. But the question you raise is it too much for what we can pay today for the same specs? And then I don't have the answer to that question. So I'm really looking forward to what they are going to answer you tomorrow, because it's a tough question.
Yeah, but
And
that's why I say that's why I like the lives, because the lives you're going to see everything. You're going to have the. I always tell to everybody, hey Nelson, you have the propaganda from Involve. I don't have nothing to do with Involve. I don't speak. I don't speak with Jeff. There is 4 years maybe, but I think that is good for the information for everybody. The rest is not important. The important is bringing information for the riders, and
yes.
or for you to going to want to buy it. You're going to see all the specs, and then you're going to come the YouTubers like Samu, like everybody is going to bring the rest, and then it's going to be better for you to choose what board is like you, what you represent. If somebody wants to go there and see your board, you give your opinion. If they want to buy it or not, that's the problem from them. I'm not here to make propaganda for Involve. I make all the companies here. It was the guys from Trump? It was the guys from all the? I bring persons here. I don't win nothing. Sometimes they say, Nelson, do we have to pay something? I said no, you don't have to pay nothing. Just bring the information for all of us. That is the important thing. Don't lie. That is the important thing. Because if they lie, I'm going to put the video out. Believe it or not,
Yeah, I
I'm going
know. I
to.
know.
I don't. I don't care. And for me, the interview I love more here was from Jay Potten, because his life is not easy. I don't have nothing against him. I'm going to tell you for everybody. Sometimes I receive negative things for everybody because I protect him. I don't have nothing against him. He was very nice for me all the time. I receive everything he sent. I buy for him. I receive it. I don't know no friend who don't receive it nothing from him. I cannot tell if somebody received it or not. And he was here and he answered to all the questions. That is simple like that. If somebody has a problem with him, I don't have my
Yeah.
opinion. But
It's a fair one. Huh? I mean, I agree with you.
hey, Cédric, do I going to be against a person who I don't have no proofs from nobody. I asked to 1 month before the interview. Believe it or not, I posted out and I say, guys, if you have some proofs, if you have some things, send me by email. Then I can put him in question. Believe it or not, I tell you the truth. Just send me the things that I can put him. Nobody sent me nothing.
Yeah.
That
I
is
think
like
it's, yeah. I
that
think
is
at
like
the
for
end,
me it's crazy. Do you understand? If you have something against him and you want to charge him, put it. That was the life. He put it. I just put it like this. Hey, my friend, there you are. Can you tell me why? Do you understand what I'm telling you? But
Yes.
nobody bring nothing. That was just these stupid questions there that I was like, "Pfft." But for me, it's the same. In this day, everybody has the chance to make the question, and nobody make good questions. They just. But I tell you what I tell to everybody: people who criticize him, I have photos and videos that I take it, them eating with him and drinking and party with him together. You understand? And oh, you are the best one. Now he has no company, he has no boards. Now he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like in persons. And if somebody don't like it, I'm speaking Nelson. If you don't like it, I don't matter. I'm telling you the truth. I never going to criticize nobody if I don't if he don't have nothing against me, or if I don't see the truth in the face. Not come to me and say that is blue and that is yellow. That is wrong. That is like when I speak with my kids. You have kids too, Cedric. You know how that works. I have enough kids here. So for everybody there, thank you very much. 2 hours again. Thank you very much for coming. Like always, I want to thank to everybody. If you like to subscribe. If you don't like, just come here, support the riders. They need you. He is one of the best riders in France. He helps a lot of persons. Helps a lot of riders. He has give us the best event of the world. Is It's Electric 2019. Go in YouTube channel. You're going to see how crazy was that, and how much work and effort they made for this event. Uh, that was a nice group of friends who created, and we have to thank him a lot. That was 3 days of madness, and for you was more, guys, because you have to work a lot. That was lots of days of working and working and working, preparing everything for us to have fun. And Cedric, I hope that in 2022 you can make it again for us. And like always, I leave you with the last words for everybody who came here to see you, or for the people who come to see you later. The last word is always for you, my friend.
So it's pretty cool that there are some ladies there at Nelson. No, I think a big thank you for watching the video. If you are still alive, and basically my advice is to skate everything. You know, this is how you grow. If you don't skate different stuff, I mean, you will grow slowly, and you will discover less people. So voilà. So skate everything.
Have fun, enjoy yourself. That is the important. Guys, thank you. Have a good day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Have fun. Take care of your family, your friends. We see you in the next interview. Thank you very much. Bye bye. If you are next week in Netherlands, go and support the guys from Netherlands, Holland. They has a demo there. They need our help. Go there and help in a demo. Thank you, guys. Have a good day or night.